Hello, all you freaks out there. This is Ryan,
And this is Rhonda.
and a very happy National Pickle Day to everyone out there.
Yay.
It is National Pickle Day. So there's that. The other day was what was National Hug a Bear Day, which I'm sure everyone went out there and was hugging bears all day on Sunday. But today is actually National Teddy Bear Day. So
that's interesting. Okay.
Yeah. Maybe a little bit safer to hug a teddy bear than going out and actually hugging a bear.
If you survived hugging the bear, you are now allowed to hug a fake bear.
But like I said, all I got to do is go up to the bear and say, look, it's okay. I'm going to hug you now. It's a holiday. So just let it happen. Take it in. Let it happen. Ooh. So how was your Tuesday?
My Tuesday was long. It was a busy day today. Busy day.
A lot of pumpkin pickle carols.
That's exactly it. That was exactly it.
I know how National Pickle Day is. It's just one thing after another. Just like you think Thanksgiving's bad. That's what the holiday. The travel holiday is really for National Pickle Day.
That's right. Everybody's, and then it's a whole big thing because everybody likes their own particular brand of pickles.
Yes. What do you fall under? Are you under the sweet pickle umbrella, or do you actually have taste and you're under the dill pickle umbrella?
I prefer dill pickles.
Thank you.
But I did find this pickle, and I got it in Harrisonburg at like a cannery, and it's called sweet dill pickle.
Sweet dill pickle?
Yeah, it's just got it's like a hint of something different in it. It's actually pretty good, but I prefer dill.
Yeah, I'm not a big fan of dill pickles or was it bread and butter pickles? That doesn't make any sense to me. Why do they call it bread and butter pickles? They don't taste like bread.
Nope.
They don't taste like butter. Although I don't think I'd want a pickle that tastes like butter.
And then I've been curious, are you supposed to put the pickle on a piece of bread with butter? Is that why they call it it? I don't even know.
I can't imagine that would taste good. I just don't. I don't. You need pickle with butter. That makes it better. With butter. That's like sounds like something a pregnant person would do.
Butter makes everything better, though.
Jim says dill. See, Jim, good. You can join the show. I'm gonna put him on because if you'd have said sweet, I would have to kick him off.
So sorry,
buddy. You had your chance. So let me introduce our guest. Our guest is Jim Sandoval. He was on Hill City Paranormal, which you guys are having on Sunday. Yep. Yeah. So and he suggested they suggested he come on our show to tell us his story. So I'm going to go ahead and bring him on, and let's do this. Hey, man.
Hey,
how are you? Good.
In there.
That's awesome.
Well, funny enough, on the 8th, I totaled my car, hit a deer.
Oh no!
Yeah.
No, at least you weren't trying to hug a deer. That's a different day.
It's the 5th accident in this past year, so it's been a pretty rough year to say the least.
The universe is telling you to slow down.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's telling me something.
So what is it? Is it you're just a bad driver, or is it just you think it's something else?
It's literally it's well, the deer wasn't my fault. I was picking up my cat from the vet. He's getting some dental work done, getting his teeth cleaned, and I had him strapped in the back with the crate, and just driving, had it on cruise control. It's like I was the only car there. It's like it waited for me to jump in front of me. It was like at least a 3-point, and then it just airbags deployed. It was pretty intense to say the least.
Well, I'm glad you're okay. It sucks the deer decided to play chicken with your car.
Yeah.
That's I was saying I'm downloading the pictures you sent me here.
Yep. Yeah, that way you can show what I'm talking about. The story, you'll have something you can show.
Visual aids.
Yep.
So, how did you get into the paranormal? Was this always a thing for you?
No, actually. I was more of like, kind of like a science person, more, believe it till I see it. It's got to have some, some proofs, has to have some kind of evidence, and it was science is a proof by observation, and you can repeat the same result, stuff like that. And so, I guess we'll start from the beginning. I wasn't really into any of it. I was just a musician, played a classically trained guitarist, played a lot of heavy metal and stuff like that. So I dated this one girl who was, I guess, in the scene. We met online. She said she was a witch. I wouldn't really believe in any of that, at the time. And she said she was into black magic or whatever. And I was like, oh, everybody has their outlet. So I was like, that's her outlet. Not judging. And our first date was at a Guar concert. So it wasn't the most traditional. It's pretty. The music was pretty heavy too. So for the most part.
Yeah,
So,
Gore's from around here, actually.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, they're from Richmond. So there's a connection right there.
Yeah.
One of my favorite bands is actually from there too, Lamb of God.
Okay. Cool.
Yep.
That's awesome.
So we went to a Guar concert. We hit it off really good. She was a little, I guess you would say, eccentric. She went by, I'm not going to say her real name, but she went by a nickname, which is actually a biblical name, Zila. And it's like one of the wives of Cain, I thought it was interesting. So she showed me some things like she started getting me into her hobby, is what I was at the time thinking. Getting into candle magic, having me carving candles, my prayers or wish or whatever, and getting me into that, and then so she moved in. I'll just kind of condense the story. I had her move in, and then she planned a trip to New Orleans. And this was around 2010. We met around October 2009. And so this one event happened. It's kind of fuzzy. I can't remember if it happened before or after, but either way, it was a weird event. So the reason it's hard to tell, because it was around springtime and we went to New Orleans in February. So it could have been after. So she was planting some seeds in the backyard, and she squirted me with a water hose. So there were some dry leaves around the yard. And then when she turned around the corner, I was about 5 or 6 feet away from her. And, the long side of the house was, 20 plus feet, or give or take a few feet. So as soon as she turns the corner, you can hear the leaves crunching. As soon as she turns the corner, the crunching disappears. It stops. So I turned the corner, and I figured that she would still be, at midway to the house, side of the house, but she was completely gone. And so then I just booked it and made it all the way to the house. There was a front door, there was a screen door and a door behind it, and it was a wooden porch, and it was warped because of the weather. So you had to lift up the screen door to get it and close it properly. So she had to lift it up, open the door, lift it up again, and close it. It was like a process, you know what I mean? But everything was all closed. I'm sitting there huffing and puffing, open the door. I just left the screen door open, just darted in. She was at the end of the house drying a wine glass and said, "What took you so long?" And so that was one weird thing that she did that kind of really freaked me out a bit. And she just had this Cheshire cat grin smile. Can you hear it?
That like she's up to something.
Yeah.
Is everything okay?
Yeah.
Yeah, that is that's pretty wild.
So she did that, and then so going, I guess, back to February, she she paid for the whole thing for New Orleans. We went to Bourbon Street, was where there was a haunted hotel. Um, 'Cause it was right after Katrina, or it's after they rebuilt everything and had everything was like brand new. So we had it was 3 nights there. It's always in threes. Just funny. So we got drinking a lot. We had a really good time. The third night we got really 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 drunk. There was this drink that was made of Everclear called the Yellow Hand Grenade. So that's what I remember. Just a really specific drink. Um, we go to the hotel. She gets on top of me and I just black out. Wake up the next morning, feel fine. Get in the car, then I just get sick. It's in her car, just get absolutely sick, just throwing up all the way back because I'm originally from Texas. We're driving from New Orleans back to Texas, and we get back there. 3 days go by, and all of a sudden, I just feel like this burning. Feels like something's crawling underneath my skin and my back. And I look in the mirror, and you see that big, like looks like a black handprint. Do you want to show that one? It's the just the singular isolated one.
Oh, hang on. It's saying invalid file type when I try to put it on there.
Really?
Let me try something here.
That's it. That's interesting that that's happening.
Right?
Yeah,
That's the kind of stuff that happens.
Yeah, I know. This is the first time. It's weird. It's and like the last time, like everybody wanted to call me, like everybody was just calling me during the, it's like
they don't want the story told in its entirety.
Yeah.
Let's see. Here. Let's see. Present. Share screen. Window. Can you see it?
Oh my gosh.
Yep. So that's the mark there. It was there from 3 days after the trip. I had 2 biopsies done, been to several doctors, 2 dermatologists, all, blood work, MRI scan, all came out negative.
So this happened after you hugged the bear, so to speak, in New Orleans?
Yeah, we'll say that.
Yeah, hugging the bear. We'll go with that. It's a family show.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Did you have like she said she was into black magic. Was there anything else that happened to you before this event?
Nothing that I could really recall that was memorable. Like I said, she did the disappearing act. She had some kind of black box in the house. She said, "Don't open it." Whatever, it's her black magic box. And what else? I'm trying to remember. I don't think anything really weird besides that. Then how we broke up was really weird, and that was the most weird. And there was something else happened. I'm trying to remember. I'm not sure if I talked to you about it before, but I'm trying to remember.
No, I didn't ask not to hear too many details because I wanted to hear them on here.
Yeah, there.
Were you worried after you guys
Pardon?
broke up? Like she's gonna do something to you or whatever?
I was more. It was weird. It was a mix of emotions of like anger and sadness.
Mm-hmm.
So that's pretty much of kind of what it was. Because I really did care about her, but she did not. You know what I mean? Obviously not. But yeah, so that mark did not change from 2010 up to around 2015, 2016. I got into actually get into several accidents before these accidents, this long series. I got into an accident, an 18-wheeler hit me. And then I started learning spiritual cleanses and stuff. I started rethinking about my childhood because my grandfather was really into it. My mom's side was really into it. Like they would do this spiritual cleanse called the egg cleanse, or they call it limpia. And they would rub the egg over your body when you're sick, or if someone gives you evil eye, and you crack it in water, and you can see like what's going on to see if what's ailing you, and then you can find a remedy or certain prayers that'll go towards that specific problem. And I really got into the spiritual baths and stuff like that, and that's what I noticed kind of really helped. Oh yeah, that's the 8 cleanse right there. Now, do you see the individual there?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like a Gen Z kid. This is actually something. This is kind of like related to why I got into my car accident. Something's going on with some people that hired some people that are from Mexico, and he's got like a black rosary on, a white collar shirt, a lapel, looks like a school uniform kind of, but his hair's parted in the center and kind of like linked here. Mine's like longer. And there's
I saw
another
a dog,
egg.
so I still see
Yeah,
the
someone else
eyes
saw
and
the
the
dog.
nose right here.
It looks like something from like like The Ring, or those scary movies, or someone who's wearing like black heavy metal makeup. They have
Yeah.
the eyes darkened and it's like white. There's another picture of the egg of this same one, but it's farther back. I'm not sure if that might be able to. That's like a close-up version of it.
Yeah, hang on.
There
you go.
it is. So you see it's in the top left corner. And when I take these, I make sure my reflection's not in it at all.
Wow.
Because I move my head away, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
So, and so these people were hired. They're pretty vicious. This is why I feel like I got into the accident. It wasn't because we were kind of like, I guess you would say, spiritual warfare type situation.
So these
burning
people,
the candles.
who hired the people?
People that my mom recently got married, and it's a woman that's jealous that was trying to like butt into the relationship too, kind of situation after they were like together for 4 or 5 years. So it's a whole thing.
Is it like black magic, like
It
kind of like what your girlfriend was dealing with, or something darker?
It's about I would say comparatively, it's probably on the same part, probably on the same. I think it's different because I think she had a pact, and these are just like spiritual workers. I don't know exactly. I know they. Since they're from, I believe, from Mexico, I would say Santa Muerte would be their go-to. They're probably involved in Santeria, which they or Palo Mayombe, which will involve a lot of animal sacrifice and stuff like that. And that's why you see like things happen, like accidents happen, because like I said, this was like there's a timeline. I'm telling you, I have pictures of like, because when I was doing stuff, because they're going after my mom, so I'm gonna protect my mom. I'm gonna go after you. You know what I mean? And they're doing all kinds of weird stuff. Yeah, because it showing all kinds of stuff that they're potentially doing.
Do you think
But,
do you think they were responsible for the deer?
Yeah, because you have to understand, like when I was doing the reversals and stuff after it burned down, it happened soon after, and it was like a lapse between I had a candle on. Yeah.
Wow.
Yep.
I mean, it's hard to wrap your head around that this stuff is actually out there,
Quick response. There's also on my Instagram, there's actually the reversal candle I lit is on my video feed, so you can see like how long I had lit the candle compared to when the accident happened. The accident happened November 8th. Did I send you the picture of that?
What's the Instagram?
It's at Holy Mountain Healer. You just might want to go to the real section.
Find it.
It'll be the black and white candle.
That one? No. That's a pretty cool picture, though.
Actually, let me go ahead. Let me go ahead and I'll get the link to you.
Okay.
Give me 1 second. Probably be faster that way. Let's see here. Hold on. I'm trying to do it without this one. I forgot I put the music on there, and I don't want it on there. Let's see here.
See, I don't think I got a black and white candle from you.
Hold on real quick. Give me 1 second. Why did I put the music on there? All right, hold on. Share, download. Hold on. 1 second. All audio will be removed. Okay, right perfect. There. Yeah, okay, it'll be all the audio will be removed, so I can send it to you. Give me 1 second.
All right.
Perfect. All right, it's downloading. Yeah, I'll send it to you. So we go ahead and finish the story, and I'll send it to you when we get going. Okay. Am I back? There we go.
Yeah, you're back.
All right. So I started learning, I started reading the Bible, and in Psalms, Solomon is I can't remember exactly which psalm, but he's talking about washing himself with hyssop, and it says, "Wash me, and I shall be whiter than snow. Wash me, and I shall be cleansed whiter than snow." So I started doing the spiritual baths with that, and then I started getting results, and you can see the picture of the change.
Mm-hmm.
It's several different panels.
Yeah, hang on. This is a lot of pictures here.
Yeah, I sent you quite a bit.
Yeah.
It's gonna be the one
here's,
with the multi-panel.
Here's like
no, that one's like, it's weird because there was nothing in the center. It was see right there, it was almost all gone.
Yeah.
And then it started to come back, and then it started to make a triangle shape that looked like the damn dollar bill, excuse my language. And then you have that one right there, it looks like a hexagram. So they started, and these pictures are taken by my orthopedic massage therapist.
Almost looks like an eye.
Yes, the Eye of Providence.
Yeah.
Now,
so once you started doing the healings on yourself or the cleansings, it started to fade.
It started to fade, and I've been watching a lot of exorcist stuff, like priests and stuff. So certain things can only be removed just by praying and fasting, and it can take years, if not almost a whole lifetime, to remove some of the stuff. So that's also some of some of the stuff I've read. So some of it's just tribulation, I guess, for the individual.
What do you think she was trying to do to you?
I think she was like a Black Widow type, trying to sacrifice me, brand me, and she had a pact, and she would target specific people, and I guess they would try to collect. That's what the accident was for, as far as the 18-wheeler. Because I know, because 2 weeks before my accident, her husband at the time, because I didn't talk to her for years, and then I was going to do a what's it called, a cord cutting ritual to cut off all ties with, just in case there's any more attachments. And then I found out that her husband got shot 2 days before my 18-wheeler accident, which was interesting and I think highly coincidental.
Wow.
You think she was just kind of marking you for an offering, if you will?
Exactly. I think it was like a Black Widow offering. That's kind of like the way I would think of it. 1 second.
How long after that before y'all broke up? Before you noticed the black spot? How long after that before y'all split up?
Oh, like I said, we were still together when I had the black spot, and I asked her about it, and she just laughed and said, I like to mark my property.
So she was all about that. She even tried to deny it. She was like, yep, that's me.
Yeah. And she joked about it.
Yeah. Did she act differently? After it happened?
No, not really. I'm trying to figure out why it's taking so long to download. Oh well. I'll just take a screenshot of it. Yeah, that'll work.
That is. So after she told you, I like to mark my property, what was going through your head?
Let's see what date that is. Hold on. How do I find the date on this? There we go. No. How do you find the date on this? On these? I feel so okay. Anyway, all right. Well, I just sent the picture. It's fine.
So after you find out that she marked her property, what was going through your head?
Like, I just thought it was just like a crazy coincidence. At that point, there's some weird things happening, this, that, and the other. I was like, well, to me, I logically thought, okay, I must have gotten something off the sheets at the hotel. It's got to be some at that point.
A bed bug bite or something like
something kind of a rash infection, something, I don't know what.
So you thought she was joking around? You thought she was like, oh, I like to mark my property.
Yeah, because I didn't, because people like to mess around with people like that. Just fuck around. Excuse me, mess around. So sorry. Mess around.
If the bear hugging is good, you can look past a lot of things.
Well, I mean, like I said, it was just the fact that, like, I don't know.
I mean,
we besides all that, we had a lot in common. She played video games. We like the same music. Yeah,
I wonder if she was kind of like acting that way to get you into her good graces. Yep. Like, I'll act like I like video games. I act like this.
Well, she actually beat me on some, so that's why I knew she liked it.
Well, black magic.
She smoked me on like a fighting game is what it was. Yeah, she totally stomped me on those.
You can blame the black magic on it. So obviously you were cheating. You had other powers helping you beat me.
You have no idea. So then so years go by, like I said, around the time I was like researching demonology and spiritual baths and all that. This guy from Sri Lanka, I posted my story in a demonology group. This guy from Sri Lanka messages me and says, "Hey, I don't really believe your story because in my religion, the entity that, or I'm not sure if they called it a god or demon, so I think it's a demon that does it. When he puts the mark, it's never found on the person that's alive. They're always dead. That people who have that mark, dead." He didn't believe me at all. And I said, well, it's real. Here's the pictures. Here's the story. And he's okay, I believe you, but I don't understand how you're alive. And I attribute it to me being a Christian, but that's just, my biased belief. So then he sent me the name of it, and I sent you the Wikipedia. You can also do some Google search images on it to get an idea. Because if you Google search image, it actually shows you the actual entity. It describes it as red.
That's the right one.
Yeah, it's not. It's like more of like a Shiva character. But if you actually Google it, it's a completely different. It's more of what I saw. But if you read that last paragraph, you want to go ahead and read it.
Mahasona kills people at night by striking them between the shoulders. The mark of a hand will be embossed on the flesh of the body after this. You know what? I was living with my girlfriend, my wife at the time, at her parents' house. My daughter was watching TV with her cousin, and she had like a tank top on, and she was like maybe 12 years old or something. And her cousin looks at her and like, what's that on your shoulder? And there is I swear there's a little handprint on her shoulder. Like it looked like the size of like probably about an infant. But I can see, I got a picture of it on my phone. This little tiny handprint.
Wow.
Yeah.
So this was she baptized? Just curious.
Yeah, she was.
Okay, so that's another reason why she's probably okay.
Apart from killing, he's also able to possess humans, but nothing happened after that, and the handprint went away. but it was so strange.
That's it. It's one of those things when these entities try to claim something and they it's hard to explain. Kind of like when Jesus was crucified, the devil thought he won in a sense.
Mm-hmm.
And it's kind of like, no, you didn't. It's kind of like they think that they had her, but they didn't. It's a type situation.
Yeah.
Because she's an innocent. You know what I mean? So it's kind of they're protected more so than when you're of age and knowing.
So had you said that you thought that it didn't kill you because you were a Christian? Had you been baptized by this point?
Oh yeah, I've been baptized. I went through I was raised Catholic, so I went through the whole everything, all the sacraments except marriage.
So, and you also mentioned though that with the egg cleansing, you had family members who did those kind of cleansings and healings. Did they do any sort of like maybe blessings on you when you were a child as well?
Possibly. But they like for a long time I went more on my dad's side, which they were more religious Catholic. And on the other side, with the cleanses were more like, I guess, spiritual folk Catholicism, I guess, would be more what you would consider it.
Yeah.
Did was she like she was a witch and you were Christian at the time, or did you convert to Christianity?
I've always been a Christian, just not. I was more of like, I guess you say, I thought everything was more metaphorical, not so literal.
So you were just not practicing.
Yeah. I was just I was not knowledgeable, not really. I thought it was just, you know what I mean, more metaphorical. It's like, oh, here's like a philosophical type thing. You know what I mean? more philosophical. Yeah, so I thought it was more of like
physical.
I didn't think it was so like real like it is.
Yeah. I mean, unless you experience something like this, why would you?
It's all real. Yeah, it's all real.
Here, hang on.
Do you think what she did to you made you more susceptible to the folks that were after your mother, that you were trying to, you were trying to protect your mom, but do you think that made you more susceptible to what they were trying to put on the family or your family?
Well, see, my mom doesn't, she only knows a certain couple of things. I've actually studied and did a lot of in-depth research on like defense kind of stuff, and a lot of it's similar to what like the priests do, certain things that they do, fasting and hold on a second, stuff like that. Like I know how to make like spiritual bath and stuff, you know what I mean, like that. And she's not really knowledgeable with that stuff as far as like what certain herbs do for certain things, and you know what I mean. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And like she didn't really ever really knew how to read the eggs. She's gotten better now since I'm kind of like I'm writing a book on it and all that kind of stuff. So she's getting she got the 3 mark.
Yeah.
Is it the red? It's the red one.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Those are very common. The 3 scratch ones.
Mm-hmm.
But
interesting.
The massive handprints though, I've only seen one, and it was like on someone's leg. It was like wrapped around their leg.
We did have someone touch like that at the cabin. There was a girl that came over there. We're in the basement of the brick rancher, and she comes upstairs, and there is a handprint on her leg, but it was a dusty handprint, like somebody took took the hand off the floor. But it was a small, it's like a size, but again, the size of a child, so it wasn't her. You could tell maybe like a 6-year-old or something. Very small handprint on her leg.
Interesting.
But yeah, so now if you look at one of the other images, It's more faded. Let me see I'll see if I can. If you want to pull those up real quick.
Yeah. Hang on. Which one? Which we looking for?
It's the one that looks like a buffalo, kind of. It's the if you see the multi-panel one, it's the one that's in the center. I sent you one that's isolated.
Oh. Okay, I got you. Here. Okay. Hang on. All right, there you go. And there you go. Share. All right. That's what you're talking about?
That's the one.
Wow, it does look like a buffalo.
and what's really funny is the biopsy, like, it's like in the perfect spot for it. It looks like the eye. The one on the right. There's two of them. You can see one in the center and the one to the top right. And it looks like the Buffalo Bills logo, which is kind of funny. So, and if you read that paragraph, you want to go back to that wiki?
Yeah.
And you read about the middle paragraph, 1, 2, 3, fourth line. It says, and drinks.
And drinks.
It drinks the blood of a buffalo he carries in his right hand. He is also armed with a pike in his left hand.
Yeah, drinks the blood of a buffalo. So that's all symbolic. You know what I mean?
I'm still confused. So you go to New Orleans.
New Orleans, bear hug. 3 days later, I wake up. I have a sensation on my back. I look in the mirror, and that big black handprint's there. Unchanged till 2015, 16. When I started learning about spiritual cleanses, and it started to go away. And it started to come back. And then here I am today. I still have it.
So
go ahead.
She worked for, or she serves Maha Sohona?
That is just the Sri Lanka. Go ahead and Google that entity real quick, and then see if go to the images, so you can see what it looks like, and then you can tell me what it looks like to you as far as other religions, because that's just the name in the Sri Lanka. Because all religions have different names, like for the planet Saturn or Mars, and they have a deity that's related to that, and they're suspiciously similar to each other.
So was she like Sri Lankan, or did
you hear what I said? It's just the Sri Lankan name for it. Like go and
okay.
Yeah, he came up when he was in a demonology group and kind of told his story, and that's when the guy came back.
So, because I want you to, did you Google it yet? And then
all I got was a band named Maha Sohona, and all they got is like almost looks like an elephant with tentacles coming out of it.
Did you go to the images?
Yeah.
And you can look it up. Hold on a second.
Love it when Google doesn't play nice.
So images. Oh, this is what I got. I'll show you right here. I don't know what you're getting.
I'll show you what I'm getting.
I just screenshot it there. There you go.
Right there. See, that's what I got.
Let's see. No.
I almost look like Chihula, or look at the elephant ears and the.
Oh no, that's not even Maha. So there's an H in there. I think there's no. Is there an H in there, or is there no H?
Let's see.
Mahasona.
No
Mahasona. Yeah, Maha Sohona is on the Wikipedia here.
Oh, it's at the top, or is it in the bottom? They spell it.
Right.
They spell it two different ways, because Maha Sohana. No, Maha Sohana is the chief, and you go down the bottom, it's without the H.
Maha Oh. God, Mahasona. Okay.
I know, it's a little tricky there.
Looks like a wolf almost, or a werewolf, doesn't it?
A werewolf, and in Egyptian looks like
Yeah.
Anubis, and Aztec, they have a black dog for theirs too, for their dead deity as well,
Interesting.
and a
Oh,
lot, yeah.
wow.
And actually, with this Mahasona, before you see him or before you get struck with the mark, you see a black dog. That's another thing as well. That's just
Did
a
you see
cartoon
it?
version of it. Well, look they have some ones where they have the ritualistic type masks and stuff like that.
Did she have any masks? Like, did you notice anything with like dogs on it or stuff to be like?
No, I'm telling you, like it's just a form. Have you ever read the Testament of Solomon?
No.
I highly recommend reading the Testament of Solomon, because every time the demon, there's 72 demons that presented themselves in front of Solomon, because he had a magical ring that Uriel, the archangel, gave him. This allegedly he enslaved the demons to build, I guess, the first temple, which is an allegory for the human body, but that's a whole other thing. Yeah, that's what it is right there. What does that look like right there? That's the one he sent me right there.
It looks like a dog.
It looks
Or
like
yeah,
it's a dragon.
a
It's a black
dragon.
I was
dragon.
say it looks like a dragon or a crocodile.
It looks like a black dragon, similar to, if you would think of the Japanese or the Chinese, like their dragons.
It does.
Yeah.
It had and there's like I have like a dragon conspiracy. It's all over the place. You know, you have Quetzalcoatl for the Aztecs. You got the golden serpent for the Egyptians. There's the serpent for India as well. And you have, I think, the Hopi had the egg with the serpent cracking the egg, creating the universe. Then you have what's the other one? The Gnostics believe in Yaldabaoth, the lion-headed serpent. Then you have like America and one of the Indian languages. It means land of the plumed feathered serpent, which is Quetzalcoatl, I guess, technically. But yeah, and the Bible talks about the black dragon, and I think one of the Saint Benedict, which I have the ring right here. Basically says, "Let not the dragon be my teacher," or whatever. Basically,
Wow.
the black dragon specifically.
Yeah. So you go back to the buffalo. Your mark turns into what looks like a buffalo.
Yep.
And then
I still have it's about, so you saw where the triangle is and the hexagram. So those are gone now, and it's about 50% lighter from that spot. Yeah, there's a lot of cool images of this entity too, but
I just hit I hit that by accident trying to find the other one. So this one looks like it's basically almost gone.
Yeah, it was almost gone. Like I said, I was mad. It came back, and then it fluctuates. I've never seen anything like it before, and yeah.
Does it almost? Would you equate when it gets darker to maybe like cords reattaching? Like maybe she's purposely doing that?
See, I don't even think it's her, because I think it's other people that I kind of like, these people that are going after my family. That kind of like sends it. That it's the same entity working through different people, basically. Because have you seen that movie Fallen before?
Yes.
Kind of basically like that, with Denzel Washington, and like he'd be doing that whistling, and he would hear it different from different people, because they'd be, they'd be low key possessed, because they have a doorway opening in their soul to be hijacked like that.
So when it's ever this entity is presenting itself through someone else towards you, it gets darker.
Exactly. Well, yes, and it's actually on its way down. It was really interesting because, so it happened with one of my friends, because he showed me some things, I showed him some things, and he had like a manifestation. He said that I was like in a real like evil voice, like like when they get possessed, they go you know what I mean? And I knew it was manifesting through him. He's all, "You're too protected," he told me, "and I can't hold you down." And I'm like, I said, "Did you just hear what you just told me, dude?" I said, "You said I'm too protected and you can't hold me down." I said, "What do you mean?" And then he was just quiet. And then he tried to change the subject.
Interesting.
It was the most
Slip of the
wild
tongue
thing.
there, huh?
Yeah, it's like
Huh?
one of those you go like, is it time for you to leave? It might be time.
Well, no,
Freudian
it was
slip.
just this was over the phone, and I haven't seen this person in like 2 or 3 years either. Like I stopped talking to him because some other things happened that I'm not going to talk about. But yeah,
Probably a
it was
smart idea.
more.
You start talking to him.
Yeah.
So you sent me some weird pictures. I got questions about.
Yeah, go ahead.
We go through them. Like, what is? Well, there is something. Like,
All right. Okay, so that right there. All right. So every relationship has a beginning. Unless you get married, there's an ending. So the ending with this girl. So after she did some weird stuff, after this, um, something else happened. I can't remember exactly what. But anyway, I got tired of it, and I'm like, all right. I went to a priest, and I said, hey, I need help. I told him the whole story. He's all, you need to go see a therapist. So it's funny because okay, we're gonna stop right there. We're gonna fast forward in the future. I do see one later, and I present all the information. She actually knows one of the dermatologists that did the biopsy on me, and said, you need to go see a priest.
One priest says you need a therapist.
Once it's like it's like you're going, and so I guess I'm on my own. I've actually tried to reach out to some priests before, and I've called her off. One of them over here like 4 times, no response. Left messages, talked to receptionists, nothing. So I'm like, all right, I guess I message got it, God, on my own. Right, okay. He helps those who help themselves, as they say. So I started studying the exorcist rites, and according to they priests will say this. They say they don't recommend it, but through your baptism, you have authority of Christ over in Christ's name over all spirits and all that kind of stuff. So technically, you can do an exorcism, but it's not like recommended unless you know what you're doing, because it can get real bad real quick, real ugly, real violent, and stuff like that. So I did a remote one, which kind of sidelined it while she was at work. Had did the whole thing, had candles. I got every incense you could think of associated with exorcism. Did the whole you're like rubbing your face. So I did a remote one. As soon as I started the whole prayers and everything, she texted me, I don't feel good. And I'm like, okay. So all right, I guess this is what's happening. So after the whole to do the whole thing. You still there? Kind of
Yeah.
flashing.
yeah.
So it took like 2 hours to do the whole, the rites, the exorcism rites. And she normally got off at 5, but she got off 2 hours early. She was at the house at 3, and my candles were only like halfway down. I had it planned to where when she got off work, it would have all been done. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So she came in 2 hours early. Her hair was all crazy, eyes all bloodshot. And so I'm standing here, and she like runs into the room where my altar is. Oh, what is this? And I said, it's, I'm praying to God. And that's when stuff got weird. So I'm in by the doorway. The light's here. She's in front of me to my left. The altar's to the right. I have a bunch of candles on. The light flickers, dims, the light dim. This is in the middle of the daytime. You can still see the light on the outside, like coming through the like blinds and the curtain. So the candle lights shrink, the bulb like dims, the smoke just kind of wraps around her, and then this thing manifests. And it looked like a claymation. It moved like a stop motion. It looked like a hologram, but it moved like stop motion. And it was like so it was in front of her, and it's like you can tell it was bigger than what it was allowed to project, I guess. So when you can tell like it expanded its wings, but it didn't like it normally would have covered like half the room, more than half the room, but it was like isolated in like this sphere kind of. So had a conversation with it, said something about, because I asked it why it put the mark on me, and it said that it was teaching me a lesson. Then it said about the God comment, there's a God and then there's a creator. And then I said, that doesn't make any sense, because if the creator created God, then the God is just a co-creator. And the actual creator is the true God. And then they got mad and ran at me, and she choked me. Well, it was actually he was coming to choke me. As soon as it touched me, it was her hands wrapped around me. I said, "Get your stuff and get out of the house." And then it was weird because she was like crazy, had this crazy look at her eye, and all of a sudden when I said that, she just went, "Okay," and just started packing her stuff.
Wow.
Oh wow.
And she called her sister, and I told her sister, "So you know what just happened here?" Da, 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 da. And she's all, "You're crazy." So we need to just get out of here. And I was like, "What?" It was like so bizarre because like no one believed me. Like my parents were, had their master's degrees in therapy, so they could have like talked about committing me and stuff. It was crazy. I was like, all right, I just need to move.
So your parents, when you told your parents about what happened, they were like trying to get you into therapy.
They were completely closed to any possibility any of that was happening. They saw the mark, because they knew that I had biopsy and blood work done just to see, and everything was cleared.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, "Do you not see this?" They're like, "Oh, whatever. It's nothing. It's just a skin rash, something." And I'm like,
For 5 years.
yeah, unchanged. Well, see, I was only there for like within a year after this happened. I was only stayed in Texas, and I just booked it across the country.
But they went from being non-believers to eventually people trying to come after your mother for
for a relationship. It's all jealousy. That's why I had to get out of Texas. A lot of people practice witchcraft down there, and it's a lot of jealousy. No one wants to see you happy. They'll be casting magic to break people up left and right. It's crazy. It's crazy how bad it is over there.
Very spiritual down there, and you'll see like the candle you sent. You'll see those all the time with like images of Jesus on it in the store and stuff like that. And
yep. Actually, hold on. I have one right now.
Oh yeah, like magic candles and stuff.
Well, I mean, the Catholics use the same thing. They're just pillar candles, novena candles. They put them at graveyards. Some of them have like the holders. They put them in front of graves. They have them in churches where they have the whole rack, and you say your prayer and you put it on there. It's a symbol of your prayer, technically.
All right. So what's this guy?
Okay, so that's part of the egg cleansing. That's one of the that's Kunapagos. That's one of the Goetia demons of Solomon, I guess, that presented.
It looks like
it's a seahorse demon.
Okay, it looks like it has a head of a seahorse, and
it's a head of a seahorse. It's basically a seahorse demon. The seahorse demon is described as a head of a horse and the body of a fish. So that's a seahorse.
And is he like into smoke or something here?
No, that's in the egg cleanse. That's someone this is someone that I actually met him at a spiritual shop, and they asked me to do like a cleansing in their house and all that. So I went over there and did like a low key exorcism type thing. Told her to do the egg cleanse. She had Morgellons disease. You know what that is?
No,
I do not.
Look up Morgellons disease. There's several diseases that I believe that are spiritual. They're the ones that they don't have with our technology, they can't detect these diseases. They don't know where it comes from. Like, was it fibromyalgia, Morgellons disease, and there's another one, lupus. They don't know what they don't know what causes it. What are you talking? Pardon?
Morgellons disease.
Oh no, it's like they have little fibers that come out of their skin, and then it turns into like worms. It's weird.
Oh yeah, I see a picture of it.
And she would have it looked like little mermaids were coming out of her skin. And Kunapagos is actually, this came in her egg. Kunapagos is actually the Poseidon, the god Poseidon, like low G, small G. So the king of the sea, I guess you'd say. But yeah, so she so when I told her to do the egg cleanse, She did the egg cleanse, and she said, I did the egg cleanse. She said, I went sit down and have dinner. And all of a sudden, before I could even eat, I got violently ill, and she went to the bathroom and started throwing up black stuff.
Oh.
And then her boyfriend at the time said that this entity came into their house and knocked over their altar.
Wow.
So that's what she told me. I wasn't there to see that, but that's what she told me.
Yeah.
From what I've experienced, I'm in no position to say that didn't happen to her. So
no. I mean, I understand.
Oh,
yeah. I mean, after everything that happened to you,
and then a sense it showed up in her egg to correspond. So it was just. Yeah, but Google Kunapegos real quick if you want. It's like Kunopegos, Pegos, like a Pegasus, I guess.
Thank you for using Blog
Like a
Talk
horse.
Radio. Goodbye.
Quinapegos.
Kunopegos, I believe.
Kuno Pagos. Quina.
Yeah, two separate words. Or is it one word? I can't remember.
I think it's one word. Well, maybe not.
One word.
One word.
Could be.
Quino.
You're the shape of a horse in the front and a fish in the back.
Seahorse.
Yeah.
Yeah. Quinopegos is a demon in the shape of a seahorse. Quinopegos is a cruel spirit who raises himself up like great waves in the open seas, causes seasickness among sailors, and sinks ships in order to claim the bodies of men and their treasures. He consults the prince of demons, Beelzebub. He can go to shore as waves and shapeshift into the form of a man. He is thwarted by the angel Lameth. In the Testament of Solomon, Quinopegos tells King Solomon that he can shapeshift into a man.
Well, they can pretty much shapeshift into anything.
Ads pop up, and it's gone.
But yeah, definitely, I highly recommend checking out the Testament of Solomon. If anything, it's a very good story, and you learn a lot.
So, did your friend live by the ocean or something, or?
No. She was into I guess African style religions for a bit.
Mm-hmm.
And a lot of those, like especially island style ones, which a lot of them are have a lot of water deities. So like Oshun would be a water deity. That would be in Santeria. She's the goddess of love, whatever. Yellow is the color and all that. What else? I'm trying to think of the other. They call them Mami Watas also. Mother spirit, water spirits.
Yeah. Wow. Yeah. It's a lot to process, you know.
Yeah.
So we're getting close to the end of the show here. Actually, we're past the hour mark. Let's see here. Let me do that here. Okay. What is one more picture here?
I wish we could go through all of them.
Yeah.
What's going on here?
This is a Super 7 crystal. This has a demon inclusion. So have you ever played with crystals, held them, and done cleanses or vibrated with them or anything with sound bowls or whatever frequent? So you get a nice vibrating, cool feeling. Goes all the way up to your arms, goes up to your neck, to your center of your head, your pineal gland or whatever. So this one right here, actually, when you hold it, it burns. And it's a very bad feel. It's the craziest thing I've ever experienced. It took like 30 minutes and several cleanses to get rid of the feeling. So yeah, that's what I have that encased in a jar with some stuff so that it's keeps it sealed.
I see that. Yeah, see the little.
It looks like
image right there.
Looks like a Renaissance painting.
It does.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Like something you'd find in Italy in the 18th century or whenever that was.
You said that's a
Yep.
piece of Super 7?
Super 7 crystal. Yep. One of my favorite crystals.
Yeah, I was gonna say that's supposed to be like, I don't want to say the holy grail of crystals, but it does like everything you need amplified a million times.
Oh yeah,
So
I love
for
it.
that to have that in there, that's a little scary.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, they also call it the melody stone, the sacred stone, the spirit stone. So, I mean, I have heard of, entities being trapped in crystal and stuff, so it's not unheard of.
Yeah, Jamie Hopkins, she owns a she does a crystal shop. Hey Jamie.
Hey, Jamie.
Hello. Yeah, these were actually really affordable at one, like before COVID and everything. They were like $20, $25. Now they're like $50 just in wholesale. It's crazy.
Yeah.
Jeez.
Like each, yeah. That's like a double tremulated one.
Almost looks like a deer hoof to me because you see the
Yeah, it
black
kind
right
of
there.
does. Yeah.
It looks like what's that called? Like a negative photo, or like it's emanating
It does.
black energy.
That's crazy. And there's this right here.
That's in the egg cleanse. Also, it's an angel protecting them or reminding them of something, holding something at them.
I was gonna say that one when you popped it up before, I was like, that looks like an angel.
Yep. Egg cleanse
it
can show
does.
you a lot of stuff. It can show you a lot of stuff. It's the best kind of, I guess they would say, scrying, I guess you can do, because what it does is, it absorbs. It's almost like it reads energy, it absorbs the energy, and then it has the medium where it reads it. And if you notice, one of them looks like a baby. If it reminds you of the sonogram.
Mm.
X-ray technicians and people who read those kind of graphs can really see these images really well. They have that eye where they can see patterns real quickly and clearly.
Jamie says Super 7 is a favorite of mine. So
I have like 12 of them that I use. Yeah. Well, 10
I guess
now.
if it doesn't have a demon trapped in it, it's a good thing.
Yeah, someone's offered me like $3,000 for it already.
Oh wow.
Yeah, I said nope. Too dangerous,
Yeah, you don't want to get it going in the wrong hands and then something
They
happens.
release it. Yeah, then it's on.
Yeah.
Because I was told that if whoever I give it to next, if they release it, it's going to come at me.
There's the sonogram thing. You see the eyes, almost looks like does look like a baby's face.
It's actually twins.
Nose.
Oh yeah, it is twins.
Yeah.
Now, sadly, I'm not going to say what happened, but it's not this was a bad reading technically, and so was the other one. So I'll just say that.
Yeah, I understand.
So all of this that's happened to you is clearly, with the Holy Mountain Healer has sent you on a journey for helping people and learning and that kind of thing, huh?
Exactly. My the reason how I got the name of the Holy Mountain here is my last name, Sandoval. It means he was from the Holy Mountain. So that's kind of where I got that. And I was like, oh, that has good ring to it. I use that.
Have you had people come up to you, like you telling your story, that have had a similar experience? Oh, I have a stone with the alien embryo in it. Very unique. Well, yeah, that is very unique. I would say so. Has anybody come up to you and said, "Hey, I've had an experience like you. I've had this happen to me." Is it like as far as the mark on your back
like
or
that.
anything similar?
No, like I said, just one person that said they had it on their leg. But that was at the same time that I was, this was years ago when the guy from Sri Lanka messaged me about it.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, so the entity that I believe that it is, Belzebub, Belzebul, Belzeboeth, whatever you want to call it. But so yeah, that's, what is interesting about the entity with it manifested was it had black tar skin, yellow eyes, and when it spoke, it didn't move its mouth. It did it directly to your head, directly telepathically, I guess you'd say. So that one right there that you just saw, that's you can see the skull. That's Santa Muerte. That's when you know someone's doing black magic, specifically with that entity. So like Kunapagos, that was affecting her. So you would do more, an angel that it frustrates him, stuff like that. Santa Muerte, I mean, it's the saint of death, which is just, the Grim Reaper. And, Jesus conquers death. So that's going to be that's who you're going to call upon. So that's what I would do for that one. And that was actually in a random group. Yeah.
And this was another egg cleanse, I guess.
Yeah, it's the same one. That's the Cunopagos one.
Yeah.
Okay.
That was the one that was just put in that 3-panel, just isolated.
I gotcha.
And then the other one, you had the figure with the old lady, the 3-panel one. That one was interesting.
Oh, right here. Yeah, the old lady face.
Do you see the old lady?
Yeah.
She's even, if you zoom in, you can actually see she's wearing like earrings that got like feathered earrings.
Yeah.
And so this person was in one of the egg reading groups on Facebook. She said, "I'll send you the full screen one real quick. Hold on. There's actually have another one with it."
I see right here. I see and here's a guy's face, a nose, and a mustache.
Well, I can see that too.
Hold on a second.
One thing I don't see is an old lady.
Really, you don't see the old lady? That's the
No,
one thing.
I just see it almost looks like a cowboy.
Here's the main picture. I just sent you that one, and it's zoomed in. So the old lady. See, I circled the face. It looks like the old crone.
Yeah.
Or you see it, right?
Yeah, I see the old crone. Yeah.
Yeah, she
I'm
looks
about
like
to
she's
bet the
wearing.
same thing,
She's like she's wearing like a nun hat or something, some kind of covering on her head.
Yeah.
But I see the old lady face completely clearly. She's holding a vase with a snake coming out. So the person who had this egg said that she didn't tell me any of this, but this is after I said, so it looks like someone was hired to do magic on you. And she said that her mom said that her husband or boyfriend, whoever she was with, ex hired someone to break them up. So we both came to the same conclusion. I just confirmed what her mom said to her without even talking to her, which is weird. So that was her full egg right there. And you can see it's like a cloaked figure with a skull.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
And if you zoom in all the way in the chest, that's where the old lady is.
Oh my gosh. That gives it a whole different dimension to seeing it like that.
Yeah.
Do you see the old lady now?
Yeah, I do.
Crazy, huh?
I think it was too close.
Wow.
Almost
yeah.
looks. Almost reminds. It does look like a nun to me, like a religious figure.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Because that's what some of these people do. They'll like in some of their rituals and stuff, like, they'll wear masks and stuff because when they're doing these kind of things, like, if people say, if I was a fly on the wall and I could see was in that room, well, there's technically something in the walls or a fly or something that when you have a vision, you're seeing it from a certain angle, whether their eyes or someone else's eyes, an animal's eyes.
Yeah.
There's something watching, and it's giving you that vision to see that individual doing what they're doing.
Mm-hmm. That's wow. What do you think, Rhonda?
This is incredible. Like, that's just incredible. I mean, I've seen some egg cleanses I've never seen anything like that. So that's.
And I mean, if y'all ever want to do a show just on that, I have a lot. I'm actually releasing a book. I'm writing a book soon. I just have like a couple of pages I got to finish with these pictures and coordinating it with the meanings and stuff, and then I'm done.
That's really cool. I was going to ask her, do you teach? You said, heard you said you mentioned you were writing a book. I was wondering, did you teach any classes or anything on how to do egg cleanses or things like that?
I have a group on Facebook that's called Shamanic Egg Cleanse. So I do free readings there, and I give tips and stuff like that there. But I'm finishing this book so I can use it as a guide for online classes and in-person classes and workshops to help
Where
people.
Where are you based out of, Jim?
I'm in New York, Buffalo, New York.
Okay.
And you live in Buffalo, and you have a buffalo on your back. That's
Pardon?
You live in Buffalo, and there's a buffalo on your back.
I know.
What a
it's like,
coincidence. Wow.
You
yeah.
cannot make this shit up.
Yeah.
You can't. You have no idea. The coincidences go on forever. We could just. I just got through with a twin flame journey, and that's like a whole demonic union there with an empath and a narcissist. It's a whole crazy thing with a
Well,
energy vampire. That's a whole other topic too, though.
we're gonna have to have you back on the show,
Yeah.
to talk, to go more of a deep dive into this stuff. Because I figure like if we go down another path, it will be like another hour or maybe
Yeah.
2 hours we're
Yeah.
talking, and I'm kind of tired, and just heard my son crying in the back, so I'm gonna have to get
Yeah.
off of here soon. But yeah, you need to make sure you drive slow, you know,
I
and
was
watch
driving the
out.
speed limit. I don't want to get that too slow.
Look for deer and stuff,
You
because
need
we
to
got to
talk
have you
to,
back
that's what
on.
I talk to the deer. I'm like, all right, I know y'all are out there. Don't be coming close to me. Y'all stay
What do you think
over
about it?
there.
Well, it was, I'm just gonna say this. It was a blessing in disguise, because I'll just say that it's a blessing in disguise. Everything happens for a reason, and it actually is helping me out, I guess, in the long run. I would say, because
Good.
let's put it that way.
I mean, I'm glad totaling your car was a blessing in disguise.
Guys.
I don't think I'll look at it quite like that, but you know,
Yeah,
Hey, he's still here. You're still here talking to us. So
exactly.
there you go.
Especially, you said you were in like what, 10 car accidents or something,
5 in the past year.
and you're still around. So
Since 2000, yeah. Yeah.
someone's looking out
If I-
for you.
Your insurance agent is probably just like every time you call, what did you do now?
Dude, I didn't do it. I didn't do
It wasn't me.
anything. That's the thing. It's everybody else. Literally, I got hit in the back, sideswiped twice. Once I wasn't even in the car. A deer runs in front of me. Literally, nothing. I'm doing everything. I'm following the law in my lane, going the speed limit.
You can only do so much.
Yeah, exactly. Like, I mean, I can't drive, 20 miles in a 55. It's just,
Yeah, exactly. And even if you try to walk in places, they'll probably still try to be even worse for you.
Yeah, no walking. No walking.
And for some reason, the semi truck came on the sidewalk.
Oh, and I didn't even tell you this. So the next day after I got into a wreck, I was going to the res to get gas. I come back.
Mm-hmm.
A police officer pulls me over, detains me, searches my car and everything, and then gives me a speeding ticket. And it was over a speeding ticket. It was like right after too. I was in the rental car, and the funny part is there was a guy that had a warrant, the same last name as me, and the same birthday. So
That's bizarre.
what are the odds? I've never same because my last name's not common. There was 4 people that had warrants in the area, and they were all my last name, but only one of them had my birthday. It was different last and middle name. People change that all the time to avoid warrants. I said the dude's 5'11". I'm not 5'11".
Yeah.
Anyway,
Wow.
it was fun. It was just like, it was from those people, because like when I was protecting my mom, I went at them really hard and they retaliated, and I got 2 days of hell.
Jeez. Are they still coming after you, you think? Is
No,
it just like a lifetime thing?
No, it actually died down because I'm relentless. I'll put it that way. I'm very persistent, and when I get in what's that called? I get hyper focused. So if you do something, like I'll probably, like with them, I'm probably not gonna stop whatever I'm doing with them for about a year. You went after my mom.
Yeah.
So they're probably backing down, but I'm not.
They messed with the bull and they got the horns.
Yeah.
So to
I mean,
speak.
until I feel, because she's still feeling a little bit. So until it's completely gone, I'm not gonna stop. So because it's not as strong, but I think it's hard to explain. I think that they were hired, then they got it became personal. It got too much they can chew, and now it's more,
Mhm.
They're more like backing off now because once you get bit really bad.
Yeah.
And I got hit really ugly. I mean, not to lie. I mean, I had 2 days, lost my car, got searched. Really, it was really weird. Like I was just like, something's weird.
Yeah. Too much stuff's going on for it to be a coincidence.
Yep.
Well, man, I want to thank you for coming on the show. I appreciate it.
Thanks for having
We'll definitely have you back on. And we'll go a deeper dive because we often say we've gotten the word Beelzebub on the spirit box at the cabin. I got some pictures I want to show you and see get your opinion on and see what you think.
Yep. I'll have to tell you some other stuff too later because otherwise we'll be here for another hour.
Yeah, exactly. So I'm gonna cut this off now. Thank you so much for coming on the show. You be safe out there, and we'll get you on after the first of the year. Sound good?
All right, sounds good.
All right, brother. You take care, man. Thank you.
Appreciate it.
Bye.
Bye.
Well, that was fun.
That
I
was
enjoyed
cool.
that. That was a really interesting stories.
Oh my
And again,
gosh.
like we could, who would have fun with him?
Who?
Howie.
Yeah.
God, that would be because he came on.
Like it's just like the chain of events that he went through. Like you don't make up that stuff. It's kind of like, and like to see a mark like that you have. Can you imagine just looking like, what is that? Where did that come from?
Exactly.
So yeah,
hang on.
He was really cool.
Did you want to come back on?
Oh no, I thought I.
Okay.
Oh, never mind.
Okay. All right. I'll see you later. Have a good night.
I'll talk to you backstage for a minute if you got a minute.
Okay. I mean, we can talk now, or
You can say, yeah. Oh yeah, it's just gonna be just I guess talk about the next time we're gonna meet up and all that. I didn't know if you wanted to do that here.
Oh, I mean, I can do it now. Let's see.
Pull out the trusty calendar.
Exactly. To have nothing in January.
Yeah, Jim, when you start teaching some online classes, I'd love to join. I'm gonna find your Facebook group tonight.
Awesome. I'll send you the link.
Okay, cool.
We'll do January 2nd, Tuesday, January 2nd.
Right at a National Hangover Day, really?
This is true.
I mean, technically, National Hangover Day should be the 1st because you'll be drinking on the 31st.
But if you do it right, you might be lingering.
I mean, you'd be doing it for 2 days if you do it right.
How about January 9th? You be over your hangover by then?
We can do the 2nd.
Okay.
All right. It'll be like our New Year's part, our New Year's.
Kicking off the new year, right?
Yeah, exactly.
That'll be
our New Year's show.
Demons and egg lenses for the win. Weird things.
We'll book you for the first Tuesday of the year.
Awesome.
The first show of the year, actually.
Yeah.
So you'll be our first show of the year.
Awesome.
Congratulations, you did it. You made it. You're our first show of the year.
I'm hoping to have the book done by then too, so I have something to show y'all. And then we can go over a bunch of all this. I have so many pictures.
Yeah, Ryan, and you need to get your pictures together because it would be cool to get like some of the pictures you have would be really cool to get his take on.
Yeah, I mean, I have them ready to go. So I will.
And we could also do readings online at the different. There's two different groups. Art of the A Cleanse is the biggest one. It's got like maybe over 2,000 people. Mine's the second. It's only got around 700 people. 680, somewhere around there.
You know who does egg cleanses? Jerry does egg cleansing too. At the cabin like she'll do like a Reiki session. She'll have like a bowl of egg yolk or a bowl of eggs during the Reiki sessions, and when she leaves, it's all foggy, like dark and stuff. Where before it was clear.
Like cloudy and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's when That's when they're doing a lot of negative work, and a lot of negative energy is being absorbed.
There's definitely a lot of negative energy at the cabin.
Yeah,
But
my shamanic teacher taught us to do an extraction with an egg cleanse, but she didn't really teach us how to. She just said, do the cleanse, put it in the earth, be done with it. But she didn't really show us how to read them. So I'm curious about that.
Yeah, the reading's good, depending, like, it's like you said, it's more like a diagnostic tool. It cleanses also. It's multi-thing. So when you do a cleanse, I recommend, if you haven't done it in a while, I would recommend doing it for like 7 days in a row. And once you figured out what's ailing you, you do a specific spiritual bath with certain herbs that target those specific things.
Okay.
So if you have like a demonic attachment, you would use exorcism herbs like molden leaf, skullcap, futami, it's called futami, and then agrimony, stuff like that.
Well, we don't give too much away because we got a whole show talking about it on
That's right.
January 2nd. So let's
Just a taste.
little bit of a teaser there, so people get to tune in on the first Tuesday of 2024. So I will see you next in about a month and a half.
Yeah.
And like I said, you take care of yourself. Don't don't be hugging any more demon bears or any.
I didn't even tell you that about the last one.
Yeah, well, save it because again, I'm tired. So I will talk to you. I'll talk to you, and we'll talk to you in January. Rhonda will be there too. Hopefully, CR will join us.
Yeah.
So, all right, man. Bye.
Thank you.
Bye.
No problem. So, who do you have coming up on your
have
show? The Ryan
Hill
Effect.
City Paranormal on Sunday of this week, and then we have a special Thanksgiving show the Sunday after Thanksgiving with Carl Hutchison from across the pond.
Nice.
He's a paranormal investigator from the UK that we met at Sage Paracon like a year and a half ago, and he's just straight amazing. So, we're excited to have him on. That one's pre-recorded, but he will be joining us as well in January, I think. He said he would stay up late and do a live show with us.
Yeah, I had some people come on from England a few times, and it's tough for them because it's so late.
Yeah.
In the evening, like 2:00 in the morning. So
yeah. So
next week I got a free day.
You don't have anybody next week?
No, I was supposed to have Rory come on today, and she had some stuff going on, so I moved Jim to this time slot. I was going to have him come on next week, and then we've got Pungo Paranormal coming on next Tuesday, so I'm not sure what we're going to do next week. Maybe a reaction video or something.
Reaction videos or
yeah.
I don't know if there's any Thanksgiving haunting stories we could look up.
Oh, that'd be a haunted Thanksgiving.
Yeah, if we could find, I don't know if we check it out if there's any kind of like haunted stories around Thanksgiving or anything like that we could find.
Ooh.
We could try.
You gonna join me?
Sure.
Cool. It'll be an easy show. We'll figure something out.
Yeah.
All right.
I
will talk to you later. Forgot this show is brought to you by Dutch Soy Country Candles. I keep forgetting to mention that we are, if holidays are coming up.
You want your house to smell good.
Exactly. If you have a fake tree, you want your smell, you can light the Dutch Soy Country Candle pine tree scent and make your house smell like a Christmas tree.
And if you're not a baker, you can light like a apple cinnamon one, and somebody will think you made that apple pie. I got a sugar cookie one that makes me hungry for cookies. I'm like, man, somebody won't know that you cooked up those cookies at Walmart. They'll think you cooked them.
Exactly. They think you cooked them yourself.
That's right.
When did you become a chef?
That's right.
I did.
Yeah, never admit to anything.
Exactly.
My container smells like cookies. I baked them.
They're in the oven. You just gotta wait. So yeah, Dutch Soy Country Candles. They're great. Look them up on Facebook, and give them for Christmas presents and stuff.
Yep, everybody likes a candle.
And where can people find you?
Find me
Yeah. Oh, don't give me your address or anything, but I'm out on Facebook.
just under Rhonda Harris Dowdy. I don't
We'll
have
show
a
at your
Facebook
house.
page. Yeah, nothing else.
And the Orion Effect.
And the Orion Effect and the Riff Nation Network.
When does the Orion Effect come on? When is this awesome podcast that you're a host of? When does it come on?
On Sundays.
Sunday. And what time would that be?
7 p.m. Eastern.
Nice. That's always a good time for a podcast.
It is. It's a good time because it allows me, when we want to do our music one, that I have time to do both.
Yes. Because that was a fun show last week.
It was.
All right. Well, we've been sitting here for an hour and a half, so I think it's time for us to get off.
It is. All right. See you later.
All right. Have a good night.
You too. Bye.
We'll be back here, same freaking awesome time, same freaking awesome channel next week. Have a great night. Bye.